I'll give a signal. It's loading. It's preparing to live stream. We're about to go live stream. Almost setting up.
We are on live stream.
It's showing?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, please go ahead.
Can you just do a very quick hand it over to me and go?
Hello.
Okay.
Oh, she's here. Renu is here.
Yes.
Go ahead, Renu.
And I hope I'm visible too.
We are audible, not visible. Start, please.
Can I start now?
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to meeting number 476 of Turning Point Toastmasters. I am Renu Sajid at Arms for today. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. You are now inside the code of conduct of Toastmasters meeting. Please be advised that this meeting is being recorded and that it may not be possible to pause the recording. The following are the meeting rules. For audience, please be advised that any behavior that disturbs the flow of the meeting will result in removal from the meeting room without any warning. Please ensure that your noise-making devices are either switched off or on silent mode. Please speak responsibly on religion, sex, and politics in your speeches. As far as possible, please keep your videos on, audio off, and applause flowing throughout. Be the kind of audience for others you would like to have for yourself. For role players, please ensure a smart audio video check before handing over to respective role player. Please rename yourself as role player, your name, your club name. You may omit the club name if you are the member of Turning Point Toastmaster. The timer will use background changes, screen sharing to indicate time using one of three cards. Green means that you have reached the minimum qualifying time. Yellow indicates that it is good time to start concluding. Red specifies that you have 30 seconds more or you will be disqualified. Individual session timing will be explained in due times. We encourage you to use the Zoom emoticons generously to encourage role players. We sincerely request you not to send chat messages to everyone or the speaker on stage. In fact, refrain from chatting all together and focus on the speaker. Please stay on mute until specifically requested to unmute. Polls will be launched after each section and they will be closed after 30 seconds. Now, I would like to introduce the presiding officer. Our presiding officer, Distinguished Toastmaster, Rupinder Singh. Rupinder is a training and development professional, a two-time Distinguished Toastmaster, a highest qualification in the Toastmaster education program, and regular feature in district contest. Please, audio video check for Rupinder Singh.
Audible and visible?
Yeah, you are. Over to you.
Let's have a huge round of applause for our latest Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Renu. Great job done there, Renu. Excellent. And I particularly like the fact that you read out the club mission statement rather than trying to memorize it. Thank you so much, Renu. Okay. I want to share something with you. If you remember, today morning, I asked you to complete the MOT quiz. And I'm happy to tell you that about 10 people, 10 members have already responded. And I would like to share the fruits of your labor with you. Are you able to see my screen? Please confirm you're able to see my screen.
Yes, now.
Yes.
Okay, so you are able to something with 4.39. Something that says 4.39.
Yes.
Okay. 4.39 is the overall club score in terms of the survey that was carried out. And all of these marks are out of 5. Our highest dimension score is 4.65. And it is with program planning and meeting organization. I guess our Vice President of Education and his team deserves a round of applause for that, for being the highest scoring dimension. We have identified our top 10 strengths and our top 10 areas for development as well. And I, along with the executive committee team, will be sitting down and discussing as to what areas to target and what areas to focus upon and what areas to improve. So thank you so very much, all those who have participated. Those of you who have not, this poll is open till Sunday morning. All members of Turning Point Toastmasters are encouraged to participate in it. If you do not have the URL, let me know. I will share the survey URL with you so that you are able to contribute your opinion, the club's growth. I will deliberately keep myself short today because I believe we have got a very interesting theme in place. I do recognize the presence of Bhuvan Raval. He is the Vice President Education of our sister club, which is Gurugram Professional Toastmasters. Let's have a huge round of applause for him. I also see that Navdit Verma, Vice President Membership of Gurugram Professional Toastmasters, is there. Most welcome to you, Navdit. I got introduced to Firoz a while back. He is a guest, and I would love to know more about him. I acknowledge the presence of Vaibhav. He is a regular guest. Welcome, Vaibhav. Let's have a huge round of applause for both of them. And I would say that today is a record presence as far as the number of members of Turning Point Toastmasters is concerned. So great job over there. Great job, education team, putting all this together. With that, I would like to hand it over to a person I've not yet introduced. She is the Vice President of Education of Janakpuri Toastmasters. And no, today I'm not going to joke about whether it should be called something else, because she is the Toastmaster of the day. She gets to introduce me. Speaker number 2. Best I be polite with her. But someone who kind of personifies enthusiasm. I meet her at almost every meeting that I go to. Every club meeting in Delhi, I've seen her at Toastmasters Club of Speaking and Leadership. When I ran into her at West Delhi, I'm pretty sure one of these days I'll be going to Ghaziabad Toastmasters Club and she'll turn up over there. I will not be surprised if she turns up over there. With that, let's welcome with a huge round of applause our Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Sara Nimre. Sara, if you could do a very quick audio video check.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are audible, you are visible, you are incredible. But before that, she has a very interesting, if not incredible theme. And for some reason, she is trying to share herself. You're getting enough exposure as such. You might want to share the document that you're trying to share. But she has this theme, which is concerning 3 friends. And when I asked her what the theme is about, she said, just come to the meeting and I'll share it with you. So I hand you into better company. Toastmaster Sara, the stage is yours.
Can you see my screen? Oh,
You'll have to close the presenter layout. Yeah, go ahead.
Can you see this dynamics of
Yes.
a three friend?
Yes.
Okay, amazing. Let me put this. Okay, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Toastmasters or guests. All are welcome in this meeting. Today, our theme is the dynamics of three friends, how three friends operate in a group, and related issues based on my personal experience. Now, I want you to imagine a three group of friends. Maybe you were in a three group friendship, or maybe your friends were. Can somebody tell me what were the dynamics in it? How did you and your other two friends operate in it? Were you the leader? Were you the person who used to make all the decisions for a group? Were you the person who was kind of the follower who used to follow whatever the dominant person used to say? Or you were the newbie person who was relatively new and was just trying to fit in? Anybody can unmute and answer my question. What type of friend describes you the best?
I have always been trying to fit in. My motto is why fit in when you're trying to stand out.
An inspirational message indeed from our TTM. Uh, what about somebody else?
Yeah, I was the follower. It's the
Oh,
easiest. You don't have to think. Just somebody else is making the plans. Somebody else is going through the cognitive and emotional labor of trying to figure out, okay, where to go for vacation, where to like stay, which cab to take, which bus to take, which train flight to take. They book the things. They just tell me, okay, you transfer this much money to this account. I just show up, and then yeah.
you were
That's why
saying
everyone
some.
is also my friend because I don't assert dominance over them. I don't know.
Okay, thank you for your answer. Love to hear your experience. What about somebody else who felt kind of that they were trying to fit in, perhaps in a new college, new school? Does somebody have that kind of experience as well?
I mean, I was a third wheel actually, perennial third wheel.
Okay, we have a third wheel, a follower, and a leader here. Just like how I imagined a three-person group might be. And just like a friend group has some structure in it, some type of dynamics are formed in a three-person friend group, or just any group as well. A Toastmaster meeting also has specific structure. It is basically divided into three parts. First is the prepared speech section, where speakers who have prepared their speeches in advance as per their various education modules. Second is the table topics section, which is an impromptu section, which is an impromptu session where you will be given uh, topics or questions related to the theme Power of Three Friends, and you have to answer them on the spot. It is a very exciting question segment. Personally, it's my favorite. And third, last but not the least, is the evaluation segment where everybody will receive evaluation on what they did good, what they did incorrectly, and how they can do even better. With that said, I would love to invite our general evaluator for today's meeting to, to introduce their role and their further tag team. Our general evaluator for today is Toastmaster Dhamdeep. He is a physician by profession. In his free time, he enjoys meditating, writing, and singing. He described friendship as a trusted bond between individuals which has unconditional compassion and promise to be associated irrespective of any situation. Over to you, Toastmaster Dhamdeep.
Hello. First of all, thank you very much, Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Sarah, for that nice introduction. After a long time, having some role, I'm really excited now to go with a typical role, which is something like a key role of this meeting. Being a general evaluator for this meeting, the name is self-explanatory. I'm going to evaluate the entire meeting. Of course, starting from the time we started this meeting till the recording been stopped for this meeting, I mean to say the last minute of this meeting, whatever is happening and not happening, I'm absolutely going to evaluate for that. And that's why I am general evaluator. Having said that, now it's time to move ahead for this meeting. And of course, I would like to, should I go back to TMOD or should I introduce my tag team? I just need assistance over there.
You introduce your topic.
Great. So moving ahead, it's time to introduce the supportive role players along with me in terms of the necessary evaluations, maybe in terms of the time, maybe in terms of the whatever may be the pronunciations during the communications, and of course, most important, the language evaluation. I mean to say the grammarian for the meeting. And that's how the tag. And I personally believe, just like the tag of any brand, this tag team is nothing but the tagline of the meeting. Yes, timer, R counter, and the grammarian. So uh, let me call on the stage the timer of this meeting, who will be evaluating on the time perspective. And of course, he will be detailing on his role. So let me call upon on the stage Toastmaster Piyush to introduce and to brief about the role. Toastmaster Piyush.
Thank you, Toastmaster Damandi. Yeah. Hi all. Uh, Good evening. So I am Piyush. I will be your timer. As we all know, when a group of three friends or we sit together, we always lose a track of time. So, but there will be one of the friends who would always tell guys, I think it's time. And I believe that friend will be me, who will who will tell you guys, it's time. I think we should move on. So consider me that friend. As a timer, I will keep a track of time taken by all the role players and speakers. Uh, Prepared speeches will be between 5 to 7 minutes. I will show the green card at 5 minutes, yellow card at 6 minutes, and red cards at 7 minutes. And there will be a grace period of 30 seconds on on the either side. Uh, table topic uh, Table topic speakers will have between 1 to 2 minutes. The green at 1 minute, the yellow will be at 1 minute 30 seconds, the red at 2 minutes, with a 30-second grace period only on the upper side. The speech evaluations will be between 2 to 3 minutes, green at 2 minutes, yellow at 2 minutes 30 seconds, red at 3 minutes, with 30-second grace period on the either side. The red card will remain up until the speaker stops, uh, unless otherwise instructed by the meeting host or general evaluator. No other verbal or non other verbals will be given when the time is up. And I will present my report in the evaluation session, and I will now just keep my I will just keep my hands up, so that the speaker and everyone can see. Okay. Thank you. I will hand over to the general evaluator, Toastmaster Damandeep.
Wow. So that's a very fantastic the briefing of the role. And in the similar way, now moving ahead, I would like to call upon on the stage our next role player of this team, tag team, our counter. And I call upon Toastmaster Rahul to just brief about your role and say a few words. Over to you, Toastmaster Rahul.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Hey everyone, I'll be the R counter for this meeting. Filler words and crutches, as we know, can cause an interruption in the speech, which distracts the attention of the audience. They reduce the impact of our speeches. So I'll make the note of all the pauses that the speakers make and the filler words and the crutches that the speakers use. Filler words like ums, you know, I mean, right, well, so, and but. And the crutches are something that the speaker uses out of habit. For example, to be honest, basically, actually, all of them, which might make sense, but the speaker uses just out of habit every time. So I'll be making note of all these words, and also any excessively long pauses which are not required will also be noted by me. I'll submit my report in the evaluation session. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Yes. Thank you, Toastmaster Rahul, for that nice briefing about your role. And going ahead, the third team member of this tag, the grammarian. Yeah, so now it's time to call upon the stage the grammarian for the meeting, Toastmaster Chandni. Over to you, Toastmaster Chandni.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you're perfectly audible.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Hi, Turning Point Toastmasters, and I'm really excited to be your grammarian for today. As your grammarian, I am going to note down the good and not so good usage of grammar used by the speakers and role players. At the same time, it's also my duty to provide word of the day and phrase of the day. So, word of the day is heed. Does anybody know what's the meaning of heed? If anybody knows, you can unmute and speak. Okay. Heed means to pay close attention to any advice, warning, or any information which is given to you. For example, as a senior Toastmaster, since Rupinder is a very senior Toastmaster, and I pay great heed to whatever advice he offers to me. So whenever somebody uses word of the day, we are going to acknowledge that using a thumbs up. Now it's time for phrase of the day, which I recently learned from Instagram. To pick up beef with someone. To pick up beef with, like, I can say to John, I have to pick up some beef with you. It means that I have to make an argument. There is some fight which is going to happen. To start a dispute, to start an argument. So, as a great Toastmaster, you should never pick up beef with your evaluator, because we have to believe that feedback is the breakfast for champions. So, whenever somebody uses phrase of the day, we have to acknowledge that using two thumbs up, using double thumbs up. I'll be back in the evaluation section with my report. And I hope you end up using word of the day and phrase of the day many more times today. Back to Mr. General Evaluator.
Oh, well said. That was again wonderful briefing about the role, and we got the word of the day and phrase of the day for the meeting. I hope most of the speakers will be utilizing them during their speeches and whenever they'll be taking the stage. Now, without further ado, also with the promise of saying that at the end, I will be also coming back with my detailed report, just like what our tag team also mentioned. So having said that, now it's time to just giving back to Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Sarah, for the further proceedings. Over to you, Toastmaster Sarah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator Toastmaster Deep. And now that the structure of the meeting and the role of general evaluation is out of the way, we can move forward with explaining the structure of a three-person friend group. Right. The first friend in a three-person friend group is what I observe to be is the kind of a leader friend. They are the reason behind the friendship exists, and they maintain very close association with all the members of the group. And in my observation as both a psychology student and also crucially a person who was in a three-person friendship group, I have identified some qualities in the leader friend. Now, disclaimer, these are just my personal observation. They are not very grounded in social psychology as such, and human behavior in itself is very complex. So take this with a grain of salt. But this is what I observe are the leader qualities. They tend to be very extroverted kind of people with a very large social circle. Now, I remember there was this one girl in my college, and you will not believe, she was friends with literally everybody in the college. I was just very surprised that how can somebody have this many friends? And also in specifically a girls' college setting, in a three-person friend group, the leader friend is also kind of the person who supplies gossip to the friend group. Extroverted person, large social group, providing gossip. A very typical scenario. But they are also leading and very dominating in the group through life. Meaning, just like Rupinder said, they take all the decisions in the group. Okay, which movie we have to watch, we will watch Turandar. What food we will eat, we will eat Chinese food. Basically, they are the person to take all the initiatives in a group and it is usually about what they personally like. That is what I've observed. And by extension, by being a leading and dominating person, they also tend to influence others in the group in terms of choices the group as a whole makes. So, what usually happens is, for example, there are three girls in a friendship group, Ria, Sia, and Pallavi. Ria, Sia, and Pallavi. Now, because Ria is a very leading person, she is likely to take charge of almost all the decisions in a group. While Sia and Pallavi are the follower and the new friend, they're likely to conform with the choices the leader is making. And what often happens is the leader kind of just gets carried away in their thinking and decision making that their own opinion starts to dominate in almost every single conversation. And what happens after that is in the group, although there are three members, there is opinion of only one person, and the rest two people are just conforming to it. Now, that can happen for a lot of reasons. One can possibly be that both the follower and the new person are the new person, and they're afraid of talking to the leader because they are such a dominating and extroverted person, or other reasons like they themselves don't think that their opinion is as valid as the leader because they have seen that the leader always takes charges in decisions, and almost always the result is positive. So why not let them take charge? But even though that leader is doing that out of good faith, there are three persons in this group, and each of these three opinions should count. And so that the leader friend kind of becomes an echo chamber of what this one group is entirely about. If this one group is dominated by a girl who is doing BCom honors, almost the entire group language and norms surrounds the single topic of BCom, even if the group is consisted of three different courses. But the most dominant narrative is that BCom is one of the greatest degrees. This kind of becomes a very single narrative that circulates in the entire group, and what is also circulated outside of the group as well, that this three group of people become known as the girls in BCom, even though there are three people from three different departments. But just like the leader friends who have everything sorted in their life, our prepared speakers are also sorted in the way they speak. Now I welcome the prepared speak segment into the meeting. This is a segment where speakers who have prepared their speeches, put in their blood, sweat, and tears into preparing a beautiful speech, will now present their work in front of you, the audience. Our first speaker is Toastmaster Jasprit. But before I introduce Toastmaster Jasprit, I will invite the evaluator of Toastmaster Jasprit, Toastmaster Harshit.
Thanks for the introduction, Sarah. Hey team, am I audible and visible?
You're audible.
Yes,
go
you're
ahead.
audible.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Thanks, team. Thanks for the introduction, Sarah. Today I will be acting as the evaluator for Just Breathe. And just like you mentioned, that leader kind of friend, one more quality that I would like to add for that kind of friend, apart from gossiping, is that giving a proper feedback. A leader always helps his subordinates or his teammates by giving them a proper way to how to work on new things. So today I will be carefully listening to your speech, Just Breathe, and I will note down what things went really great and what things will be needing of the area of improvement. And then I will present my evaluations in the evaluation time of the meeting. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmasters.
Thank you, Toastmaster Harshit. Now I will introduce our first speaker, Toastmaster Jasprit Singh. He is a tech functional analyst with 16 years of work experience working for a UK bank. In his free time, he loves to work out and watch it means showing up when things get tough. Toastmaster Jasprit, a seat at the table, a seat at the table.
Hello, everyone. So first of all, I just wanted to ensure that I'm visible and audible.
Don't time in
Yes, you are.
just yet. Jasprit, you might want to move a little back because here the top of your head is getting cut.
Now it's okay.
Okay. Yeah, the lighting is a bit of an issue, but I think we can get started. Yeah.
1 second, just 1 second.
No, there's light at the back, so that is going to create a problem.
Now it should be okay.
Excellent.
So I'm audible and visible, right? Okay. Good evening, everyone. So my name is Jasprit, and today I'm going to present retroactive celebration and acceptance speech for one of the major milestone in my career. So I paid a heed to a critical advice that I received from my senior, and I took upon the journey of CFA. And for those who are totally unaware about the finance world, so CFA is one of the coveted degree in for a finance professional. 4 years ago, I opened the copy of the Mint newspaper, and there it was. My name was printed among the list of the other chartered financial analysts. And it was a dream come true for me. Now, sitting here today, I don't just feel proud about it. I feel a sense of relief, and as well as a whole lot of gratitude. Because this whole journey started out of frustration. Because I was somewhere around 7 or 8 years into my career, and I noticed something critical about my company, that most of the critical decisions in my company are taken on the business side. And if you wanted to be on the business side, then the business people use a very different language altogether. Risk model, valuations, blah, 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 projections, etc. Right? And that's where you have to again consider that if you don't hold those titles, then they don't let you anywhere near the decision making table. So that was the main problem. I was stuck on the outside, and I don't want to pick up the beef with anyone on the business side. So what I did, I started shifting through the job descriptions that I wanted to that I aspire to achieve in my life. And one thing that kept on popping like a golden key was the chartered financial analyst. And thinking about it after a decade in a career, it was really truly a tough decision for me. But I thought, let's do it. Why can't I do it? So I started looking at the curriculum, what are the contents of it. So it was after going through the curriculum, I noticed that for this, it will require grueling and intense study sessions, because they they roughly say that 300 hours is the minimum time that you need to put for one exam, and there are 3 exams in total. But once I decided that I'm going for it, I started preparing for it. And it means that you have to trade your flexible weekends with the intense study sessions. I have to swap my night out with friends with the endless practice exams. And it also means that drinking coffee way more than your doctor would ever recommend. And there are plenty of late nights when I started my exam at around 2 a.m. in the morning, and I questioned myself what on the hell I was thinking when I thought that I will be going for the CFA. But at the end of it, I sailed through it. But I didn't sail through this momentous journey alone, or a marathon alone. I own a massive debt of gratitude to my family and my managers, because when I was working through my when I was drowning through the daily workload as well as the massive pressure from these exams, one thing happened very beautifully, that my friends and families and my manager, they stepped up. They offered me the advice, they offered me encouragement, and they also provided the flexibility that I needed to keep going when I wanted to quit. And that was the most beautiful thing that happened. At the end of the day, what happened is I completed my CFA, I received my charter, and it was not only about seeing your name in the newspaper or adding 3 fancy letters at the end of your name. It was about proving to myself that I can learn that business language. I can break through the door. I can earn a place in the room. And even today, I am thankful to all those who helped me in this journey, in this marathon of achieving the CFA. So I hope that by the end of it, that you might have also gained some encouragement of taking on the tough challenges, no matter how difficult are the situation, going out of your comfort zone and achieving what you want or what you desire in your life. Thank you. back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jaspreet, for feedback. I will request everyone to drop your commendation in the chat and write your recommendation for the speaker in the personal chat to the speaker themselves. Timer, please let me know after 1 minute is up so that we can proceed on with the next speaker. You can hold on a red card when 1 minute is up. Thank you everyone for writing your amazing feedback for our speaker one, Toastmaster Jaspreet. Now we will move on to our next speaker, Toastmaster Rupinder. Before I invite Toastmaster Rupinder to deliver his speech, I will invite his evaluator, Toastmaster Anshuman. First, can we have a audio and video check with the evaluator, Toastmaster Anshuman?
Am I audible and visible, Toastmaster Sarah?
Yes, you are audible.
So, distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder will be delivering the second speech from the Path Motivational Strategies, which is the evaluation and feedback speech. The purpose of the project will be for distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder to practice applying feedback and serve as speech evaluator during club meeting. The purpose of the speech is for the member to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. So I'm going to be evaluator for Rupinder's speech, but it's going to be a special speech where the target of the speech is also the international speech contest. So I'll be using the ballot for the international speech contest to curate my feedback accordingly and share at the end. I look forward to distinguish Toastmaster Rupinder's speech. And timer, please note that the timing of the speech is going to be 5 to 7 minutes. Over to you, Toastmaster Sarah.
Thank you, evaluator Toastmaster Anshuman. Speaker 2, DTM Rubinder, is an instructional designer by profession, Toastmaster by passion, and caretaker by choice. He catches up on sleep in his free time, and to him, a friend is a person who sings loudly with you at the mountaintop and walks silently beside you through the valley. I welcome speaker 2 to DTM Rupinder. First, can we have an audio video check?
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you're audible and visible. DTM Rupinder, the anatomy of an excuse. The anatomy of an excuse. DTM Rupinder.
Hey, coach, Ruby this side. I'm sorry, I will not be able to make it to the gym tonight. I have a meeting. Now, if you were my gym coach, how real did that conversation sound to you? Would you believe me? Madam Toastmaster of the day, fellow and future Toastmasters. Being genuinely ill is a reason. faking an illness is an excuse. I believe that every excuse has a life cycle. In my opinion, every excuse starts out as a genuine reason. Then the reason becomes the excuse. And finally, the excuse becomes the reason. Confused? Let me explain with a story. Many moons ago, I decided to learn dancing. Now, understand that I'm not a dancer. People who cannot dance are said to have two left feet. I have four of them. But then I saw the movie Dirty Dancing, and suddenly I wanted to be Patrick Swayze. I wanted to hold Jennifer Grey in my arms and dance to Now I Hate the Time of My Life. Okay, maybe I should not dance, but I was 16 and you do crazy things when you are 16. So at the age of 16, my friend Sanjeev and I joined a dance class. I thoroughly enjoyed the dance lessons. My instructor was good, almost Jennifer Grey good. And I dreamt holding Jennifer in my arms and dancing to Now I Hate the Time. Okay, maybe I should not dance. Then one day, I twisted my ankle while trying to perform a complicated dance step. That was it. No dance classes for the next 3 weeks. So I had a genuine reason not to go to dance classes. You have to understand, those were not the days of cell phones. Those days, these days, your instructor can call you anytime they want. Back then, I did not even have a phone at home. What I did have were plenty of distractions. And one of those distractions was football. You see, in 1988, Netherlands won the Euro Football Cup. And the top scorer was a player called Marco van Basten. Patrick Swayze gave way to Marco van Basten. When my foot healed, I started playing football. And Sanjeev would ask why I was not coming to dance classes. And I told him I enjoyed football more. I also told him not to tell the instructor that I was playing football instead of dancing. But do you see what happened? My reason had become an excuse for not attending the dance class. Now, Marco van Basten was an amazing football player. Perhaps his biggest strength was his uncanny ability to be in the right place at the right time for the right shot. I had a Marco van Basten moment one day when playing. The ball landed in the sweet spot. I had that extra split second in which to prime myself, take the shot, and goal! I scored. Ever have that feeling when the universe conspires to make everything come together in one unforgettable moment? That was my unforgettable moment. Punctured the very next moment when I saw Sanjeev standing at the sidelines with my dance instructor. Nice shot, Rupinder, she said. Thanks. This is not what it looks like. See, dancing involves me making some moves that are more complicated than football, and my ankle has not yet fully healed. She did not say anything at first. She just smiled at me. Before I continued, did you see what I just did? I tried to make my excuse a reason to justify a lie. Rupinder, if it is football you like, you play for. But for heaven's sake, don't lie. I never learned football. And I never learned dancing. But I learned a huge lesson. And that was never to let a reason become an excuse. How many times have you made a commitment? How many times have you found a reason not to follow through on that commitment? And how many times have you let that reason become an excuse and then the excuse become a reason? It couldn't be anything. Your startup, the book you wanted to write, your fitness journey, or to even join a Toastmasters club. My advice, don't let a reason become an excuse. In my case, I hurt the feelings of my dance instructor whose name I don't even remember. You may end up hurting a person who matters a lot in your life. So when I say that I cannot come because I'm in a meeting, as you can see, I am in a meeting. Sure, I can fake an illness, and sure, you can believe it, but I, for one, cannot live with it. I cannot let a reason become an excuse, let alone an excuse become a reason. So, revisiting my conversation, hey, coach, repeat this idea. I'm sorry, I will not be able to make it tonight. I have a Toastmasters meeting. Imagine you are the coach. Will you believe me, Madam Toastmaster?
Thank you so much, DTM Rupinder, for that amazing speech, The Anatomy of an Excuse. Before I proceed with the theme, The Power of Three Friends, let's take a moment to provide feedback for our speaker too, DTM Rupinder. As always, commendation in the group chat and recommendation on personal chat. Timer, please set a timer for 1 minute. Thank you, everybody, for sharing your commendation and recommendation with our second speaker, DTM Rupinder. Now let's proceed on with our theme, The Power of Three Friends. Now we discussed that the leader friend is a very extroverted and dominating individual. But our second friend is a follower, the kind of follower which kind of just agrees on to whatever the leader is saying. And you might know some people like that in a friend group. It is very easy to identify who is the person who takes charge and who is the person who is just following what the leader is saying. It is quite easy to identify. Now, one quality of a follower is that they are extroverted, because in order to keep on with an extroverted friend, you have to be extroverted yourself. But they are not so much extroverted as compared to the leader. They are a little quieter, a little more submissive. Their opinion is not as valued as the opinion of a leader. Their opinion sits just a notch below. And whatever the opinion the leader has, they kind of just switch. Now, in a scenario like this, what usually happens is the leader friend suggests, let's go to Chinese food today because I'm feeling very hungry. Now, even though the follower friend might want to eat Indian food, like ghar ka khana, homemade food, they might be afraid to confront the opinion of the leader, and they might just confirm, oh yeah, I can eat whatever I want, whatever you say I can do. Now, even though they want to eat Indian food, they want to eat Indian food, they're confirming to what the leader is saying. And that inevitably what happens is they are contributing to the group norm. In other words, even in this case, the group norm is of a single person, and that is and the follower is indirectly influencing the group norm. They want Indian food, but they're too afraid to confront. So they influence the follower friend and indirectly influence what the entire group stands for. And to add point to the gossip part of the leader, from their social circle, the follower friend provides commentary such as, oh yeah, that friend is so weird. I know that. Their commentary is kind of hollow, but also kind of to the point. It just kind of validates the point of the leader. That is how you can identify a follower friend. But just because a friend is a follower does not mean they don't speak up, right? Sometimes they do definitely speak up. And in table topics, people should speak up, right? This is a time where people are given the opportunity to get on the stage and gossip like the leader friend. So, my friend, unmute your mic and welcome our table topic master, Toastmaster Animesh. As I mentioned before, Table Topics is an impromptu speech segment where every single one of you who are my friends and also the friends of each and every person, you will be given an impromptu topic related to the theme, power of three friends, related to friendship, so on, so on. And you have to answer it on the spot. No time given. First opinion stands correct. Let me introduce our table topic master, Toastmaster Animesh. He is a data engineer by profession. In his free time, he enjoys playing the piano and writing op-eds about his favorite shows. He describes friendship as a bond that remains silent and endures the test of time. You could be oceans apart for years, yet still rekindle. With that said, let's explore the amazing table topics with Toastmaster Animesh. But first, let's do an audio and video check.
Uh, Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sarah. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you're audible and visible. Please proceed.
All right. Spotlight, please. Oh, thank you. All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sarah. And first of all, can we have a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Sarah, please? What an amazing topic. I definitely sometimes I'm a follower, sometimes I'm just the third wheel that tags along. Yeah. My name is My name is Animesh. I am the Table Topics master for today. Table Topics is the impromptu speaking session of our meeting where participants speak on a topic they have not prepared in advance, which means you will get the topic right now. You got to speak right now. The objective is to help us develop one of the most valuable communication skills, which is thinking on our feet, expressing our ideas with confidence and clarity. Here is how it works. All right. I'll invite one speaker at a time and present them with a question or a scenario. The topic will also be, of course, pasted into the meeting chat to avoid confusion. After hearing the topic, the speaker will have 1 to 2 minutes to respond. Timer, please note the green card shall be presented at 1 minute. The yellow card at 1.5 minute mark, and the red card at 2 minute at the 2 minute mark. After which the speaker will have more. The speaker will have 30-second grace for wrapping up their speech. Of course, you as the speaker will have to speak for a minimum of 1 minute to qualify for the polls, right? And of course, if you're called upon, simply share your thoughts, experiences, or opinions. No right or wrong answers. The goal is to communicate effectively and enjoy the experience. Of course, guests, when I invite you to speak, I will ask whether you would like a simple topic. You may also choose a regular Toastmasters table topic if you prefer. At TPTM, I'm also responsible for evaluating the table topic speeches, and during the evaluation section, I'll of course provide each speaker with at least one commendation and one recommendation for improvement. I encourage everyone to listen actively, support our speakers, and of course appreciate the creativity and courage that impromptu speaking brings. People take the time. People take time to even show up, to even speak up. So let's give let's give them another boy, all right? Okay. And we have the Toastmaster Piyush as the timer for this meeting. Uh, let's start with, all right. Let's start with our very first speaker, Toastmaster Shrishti. Can we have you on the stage, please? Oh, lovely. Um, Host, can we have them spotlighted? Thank you. All right. Toastmaster Shrishti.
Hi. Am I
Yeah.
audible and visible?
Yes, you're audible and visible. How's everything? Okay. Well, just choose a number between 1 and 10.
It has to be a whole number?
Yeah, it has to be a whole number, obviously.
Okay. 6.
Okay, there you go. Well, the third wheel is an inevitable role in trios. So Toastmaster Shrishti, your topic. The third wheel is inevitable in trios. The third wheel is inevitable in trios. Toastmaster Shrishti, over to you.
When you hear the word third wheel, it almost always has a negative connotation. I've never heard someone say third wheel with a positive connotation, but if you live in India and you have ever in any city, whether it's tier 1, tier 2, or anywhere, you will realize actually third wheel is a bone. Has anyone here traveled in an auto? Please raise your hand. Do you really think having a third wheel is a negative thing in this situation? Third wheel is actually what keeps the auto stable. In fact, between us, going NSFW here, but I'm so glad we don't have people below 18 here. I would also like to introduce to you something related to third wheel, which is third whale. Now, when two whales want to copulate and reproduce, their weight is actually too much to make the act happen. And this is something I read in like some biological facts directory, which I can't remember. And a third friend whale is actually required in this process to hold up the weight so that the whale species can continue. And therefore, I would say that the third whale is not only is not extra but essential. The third wheel is not extra but essential. Is the third wheel that makes life possible. And every time now, from now on, whenever you're with with two people and you feel like you're the third wheel, you should remind yourself, not only am I the third wheel keeping this stable, I am also the third whale making this happen. What do you think, Toastmaster Animesh?
I agree, Toastmasters. Srishti, thank you so much for that. And by the way, thank you so much for bringing up NSFW. Kidding though. Thank you so much for those examples. And thank you so much for so many of these examples actually. Oh my God, I have a lot to unpack, but I'll move on. Let's move on to our next speaker, Toastmaster Bhuvan. Can we have you on stage, please? On spotlight, please. Actually,
Hi, Toastmaster Animesh. Yeah,
thank you so much,
I'm very
Toastmaster Bhuvan.
scared.
And let's have a quick audio video check.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you're audible. You are visible as well. Let's have him on spotlight. Uh, okay, this is much better. Let's okay. Toastmaster Bhuvan, let's give you a topic over here. Okay, or let's have you choose a number uh, from 1 to 10, barring 6, because, already chosen.
Let's go with James Bond. How do you like him?
Love it. Number 7, then. Childhood friendships rarely survive major adult life transitions. All right, let me do the call then. Toastmaster Bhuvan, childhood friendships rarely survive major adult life transitions. Childhood friendships rarely survive major adult life transitions. Toastmaster Bhuvan, over to you.
Thank you for that fantastic topic, Honorable Topic Master. Childhood friendships rarely survive. Um, my father was in military, and fortunately or unfortunately, he used to get posted every 2 to 3 years. So I spent a lot of time uh, roaming around throughout the country. I was born in Jaipur, then he was posted in Kashmir, then thrown away all the back to Andamans, close to a beach, Shillong, Ahmedabad, Lucknow, Bangalore, all sort of places. Um, every 2 to 3 years, therefore, I had to make new friendships, new friends, and reintroduce myself, rework on personality. So I always envy those kind of people who kind of, spend their whole lives in one school for their entire 12 years or so, because I did not develop those kind of bonds that lasted. However, as soon as these social media and internet really arrived, I started connecting back and realizing what kind of bonds we shared, and we shared the memories, and we kind of uh, had reunions even with friends who were back in the sixth grade or seventh grade or even till fourth grade. So I would kind of disagree with the topic that you've suggested humbly, that childhood friends matter. Those are the friends that helped you mold into what you really are today, and uh, into the person you are today, really. And if you carry on with your friendships, it's said that somewhere I've quoted myself. old is gold, right? Silver is silver, but old is gold. Um, New is exciting, but keep the old. Over to you, topic master.
We have time for like a couple more maximum, 2 more.
Yeah, let's we can actually do 3 more.
We only have time for 2 more.
Okay.
8:15 hard stop.
Okay, all right. Let's do that then. Our next, well, let's go with Toastmaster Dinesh. Toastmaster Dinesh, do we have you here?
Yes,
All right.
you're audible.
Yeah, let's have a quick audio video check. Toastmaster Dinesh.
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible and visible as well. All right. Toastmaster Dinesh, let's have you choose a number between 1 and 10. That's not 6 or 7.
4.
All right, 4 it is. Opposites make, so Toastmaster Dinesh, this is your top. Toastmaster Dinesh, opposites make far better friends than similar personalities. Opposites make far better friends than similar personalities. Toastmaster Dinesh, over to you.
Opposites make far better friends than similar personality. Similar personality. I think you are right because the if you, same kind of people generally they feel good in their company, but as we say that like 4 plus 6 is 10, 5 plus 4 is 9, 4 plus 5 is 9. So if we complement each other, like husband and wife, they complement each other, and like in a house there are a lot of compartments, like there's a room, there's bathroom, there's stairs. So there are a lot of things in a house, they are complementing each other. So opposites means that things which are complementing each other. So I think opposite friends which are make better friends. And example, I would say that fast bowler and a uh, batsman, they will complement each other because they are able to practice each other. Fast bowler is able to practice with a batsman, and batsman is able to practice with a fast bowler. So they both will though they both will feel happy. So I think you are right.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dinesh. I definitely agree there. Let's have one more speaker. Let's have a guest this time. Can we have one of the guests showing up? We
We have
have,
Shobit, we have Feroz.
yes.
Okay, Feroz just disappeared. Shobit, do you want to do a topic? If not, we can close with Seema.
I have prepared anything. It's my first Toastmaster, so I'm
Okay.
just.
Okay, we can close with Seema then. Let's give Seema a topic and close.
All right, let's do that. Toastmaster Seema, can we have you on stage, please? All right. Toastmaster Seema, anything but 4, 6, and 7. And let's have a quick audio video check as well.
I hope I'm clearly audible and visible.
Yes, you are. And
Great.
incredible. Let's have you choose a number that is not 4, 6, or 7, but between 1 and 10.
Sure. 5.
5. 5 it is. So the topic is so Toastmaster Seema, a trio cannot survive without one quiet peacemaker. A trio cannot survive without one quiet peacemaker. Toastmaster.
I couldn't get
Seema.
the topic. If you could please explain it.
Seema, the topic is that a trio, basically 3 people, can't survive without one peacemaker. One person has to be there to make.
Okay, sure. Thank you so very much for giving me the opportunity to speak before everyone. Well, as stated, that trio means 3 people. They cannot survive. I think the entire universe is created by 3 spirits. That is the protection, the destruction, and the preservation. So I take these trio like that, and I believe all of them are required in order to get through the change, which is the only thing constant. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, in life, every microsecond, this trio is taking place in our life. Are we paying the attention? Well, I don't know about all of you. On the other hand, I do pay attention to myself because every microsecond I look at myself, my life, personal, professional, social, and I believe strongly here that in order to maintain the harmony and move forward, grew through people and experiences, I am definitely able to realize that without one, I cannot have the peace within me. So yes, one of the examples I would say, like one of my mentors who has been there with me for 7 years, and I could improve and thrive and shine because of his guidance. On the other hand, having the trio, me, my sir, and my supporting hand, that's my sister. I could do things, but now my mentor is gone, means there are things which are not going in cohesive manner together. Hence, I'm not able to keep peace. In a nutshell, this is what I could make out of the topic, and I could speak, and I would reiterate that. Thank you so very much for giving me the opportunity to speak. Over to the table topic master. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Seema. We have heard incredible speech, incredible attempts at table topics tonight. And it has been an honor for me to serve as your table topics master for this meeting. Toastmaster Rupinder, Toastmaster Rupinder, I hope you have the polls ready for both.
I do. Unfortunately, I have to leave. So what I've done is that I've made Anshuman the meeting host. Anshuman, you'll have to take it from here and you'll have to close the meeting. Anshuman, are you there? Okay, I'll give Anshuman a call and make sure that things are in motion. I have to leave right now. I have an emergency. Okay?
Understood. Understood. All right. Thanks so much, Toastmaster Rupinder. And that is all from me. It has been an honor. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster, Sarah.
Thank you, Topic Master, for that amazing session of table topics. Now, we talked about the leader friend and the follower friend. Now it's time to talk about the new friend, the newbie, or as Toastmaster Animesh put it, the third wheeler. Now, this can be the new person who has just entered the group. For example, you entered a new college from a different state and you're trying to find the clique that you identify with and the kind of group membership you belong to. Or they can also be someone who does not just vibe with the ideologies and opinions of the leader and the follower. So, for example, both the leader and follower is into Chinese food, but new friend is strictly Indian only. So it kind of creates a disconnect between two versus one opposite sides. Now, what happens is, even though the new friend can be both a dominating or a quiet person, but because of there is a two versus one dynamic, so both the leader and the follower is on this side. We will only eat Chinese food only, but the new friend wants to eat Indian food. Now there is a conflict, and because of majority versus minority, the majority side wins, and they will eat Chinese food only. Now, even though this matter is very trivial, like food choice is just so trivial, it is just food. Eat it, it's fine. Over time, in every single decision, there will be a dichotomy, two versus one. And every single time, the new friend, the third wheel, will continuously feel that my opinion is not held in a great regard, and every time I try to express my opinion, these two individuals just disregard my opinion and they go on with their own way of leading the group. So they feel like they do not belong in this group. And what people often say is, oh, why don't you just leave the group? But what people don't recognize is that once you are in a group, leaving a group is very difficult. And also, after you leave the group, you have to find a different group to bond with as well. Because a sense of belongingness is innate to all. We all want to belong somewhere. We all want to say to ourselves that, yes, I like this particular thing, and my friends also like this particular thing. So we love to talk to each other about this particular thing. So understand that dynamic as well. Now, if you are someone who identify as the new friend who is being sidelined in a group, I do have some tips for you. But before that, I will present the general evaluation section by introducing our general evaluator, Toastmaster Thamdeep. Can we have an audio video check?
Hope I'm audible.
Yes, you're audible and visible. Over to you.
Wow. So I hope everybody is just enjoying this meeting, what the prepared and non-prepared speeches we gone through. And with respect to the Toastmaster of the evening, now I will be proceeding with this evaluation part from the respective role players. I mean to say, we will be having the evaluations in terms of the timing, the accounting, and the grammarian usage, and also. But yeah, before that, it's time to go first with the evaluations of the prepared speeches, of course. And that's, in fact, the third session we are entering into of this meeting. So let me call upon for the evaluation of our first speech to Toastmaster Harshit. I request Toastmaster Harshit to come forward for the evaluation of your first speaker. Over to you.
Thank you, General Evaluator Tanti. So, fellow Toastmasters and Toastmaster Jasprit, let me just start by saying that what a great journey, Jasprit, that was. Taking up a CFA after already working for 10 years in other field and putting in countless hours of study, like burning the midnight oil, taking in countless coffees. You finally cleared the exam, and it's truly great, incredible achievement, and I am inspired by it. A great thing that I liked about your story was that your story was very crisp, clear, and to the point. Even though the story itself was simple, but you delivered the intensity and message behind it very effectively. Your words were clear, and as an audience member, I found the content very interesting to listen to. Another thing that I liked was the choice of words and phrases that you used. I really like the phrases that dream come true and momentous. They added a nice touch to the speech and made your achievement feel even more meaningful. I really appreciate that. I really like that. As for the areas of improvement, I just found two things that you can really improve upon with just slight improvements. First, I would suggest that you can slow down your rate of speech. There were at certain points that you were speaking quite fast, and because of that, there were few moments where you seemed to fumble over your little words, like speaking, saying pride instead of proud. If you slow down and add a few pauses, your important points will have more impact, and the audience will be able to absorb your message really better than initially what they did. Second, I would suggest that you should work on maintaining your eye contact with the camera. I felt that at times you were looking more towards the screen rather than directly at camera. Looking into camera is more consistently will make your audience feel that you're directly talking to them. You can keep a see here chit or a piece of paper on towards your camera, so you are directly focusing that only. But overall, it was a very crisp story, and you deliver it very with a great confidence. Your communication was clear, and I really liked the choice of words that you did. And last thing I really liked that, and usually this point of after working so much, people usually say, "Hey, try to grow in your own field. Don't try to take risks." But you didn't heed their advice, and you took a beef with all the social opinions that we around have. So truly a great, inspiring story. Just breathe. Thank you, everyone. That was my valuation. Back to you, General.
Well, now after listening to our first evaluator, it's time to go and proceed for the second evaluation. I request Toastmaster Ayushuman come forward with the evaluation of the TTM Rupinder. Over to you, Toastmaster Ayushuman.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Dhamdi. Did I have the time of my life listening to distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder's speech? Definitely yes. And what really shines through in any of Rupinder's speech, especially today, are his anecdotes and stories. When he danced singing the song, I've had the time of my life, I felt like dancing. And when he narrated that the dance coach was along with his friend Sanjeev, I laughed. Distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder's anecdotes land and how. When he narrates the stories, he takes you into a different world altogether where you get mesmerized and deep dive into different parts of arena where he's talking about. And how does he do that? By using different characters, talking about his friend, talking about the instructor, talking about a famous football player, which I was not aware of, but he was. So that added to the mystery. And not just that, his scoring, talking about goal, all of that adds to the strength of the speech. So definitely that is something distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder should retain in his speeches as he goes for the contest or gives a club speeches. Secondly, his strength has been the clarity that he executes while speaking in his trademark style, the authority, the gravitas, and the speech variation that he brings in is definitely always his strength. Coming to areas of improvement, talking about the entire premise of the speech that your reason should not become your excuse. Maybe it's just me, but I felt that the entire premise was not speaking a lie to say the instructor at this point of time to get out of being committed to an activity. So the reason kind of became an excuse, but my main takeaway was that I should not lie and be authentic and be honest and share the reason with the relations or stakeholders I have, and not just that I should have a reason for an excuse. But if distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder has to go by that premise that my reason should not be an excuse, maybe he can bring up a story which inspires me to keep my reason aside and not make it an excuse and be committed to an activity. For example, if I am into Toastmasters and, for example, I'm not feeling well, I should be joining the meeting if I'm feeling even partly well and I can participate so that the consistency remains. So, bringing some that kind of story to hold this premise would have been more helpful than talking about the lie, which became the primary premise for me. And secondly, the starting and the ending, I felt lacked a bit of energy, which was there in the middle of the speech. So, distinguished Toastmaster Ravinder, overall, great story, great anecdotes, brings a lot of energy. What he can do better is thinking about the premise and holding at high energy level throughout the speech. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Dhamdi.
Well said. Good evaluation. Yeah, of course, I'll be coming to my evaluation report even for the evaluators. But it's time to proceed for the evaluations from our tag team. And yeah, so let's proceed with the first with our timer. Toastmaster Piyush, your evaluation in terms of the timing, I mean, as a timer. So over to you, Toastmaster Piyush.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Uh, Thank you everyone for delivering the speeches. And I will be showing my report. I'll be sharing my screen. Just a sec.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Shouldn't we have table topic evaluations before?
Yeah, of course we can have if Toastmaster
Because
Animesh
that needs
is
to be
ready.
timed as well, right? Four
That
to
should
five
be done.
minutes.
Even I was just looking forward for maybe later to this, but that will be good idea. If table topic master is there, we could have quick table topic evaluation. But definitely the time limit will be very short. You need to have very quick in terms of the evaluation.
Okay,
Toastmaster Animesh.
sure. Uh, sure, Toastmaster Namdeep. Mr. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and lovely guests. Uh, I am here with my evaluation of our table topics session, actually. Let's start with, let's dive right in. First things first, I felt like a I felt like I was watching a Bill Lawrence episode at this point. So thank you so much, all four speakers, for providing the material for me to for providing a really cool material, some really cool material for me to probably think up a Bill Lawrence episode. Thank you very much for that. Let's start with Toastmaster Shrishti. First things first, thank you so much for bringing up your examples, and of course, third wheel. I definitely agree. Third wheel and third wheel are definitely important. I love that you not used uh, the word third wheel, segued into something called third wheel as well. And this segue is how uh, you you do a subversion on the Oreo method. So well done on doing that. Uh, Toastmasters, I don't have a lot of anything to suggest in terms of area of improvement there. In fact, I could probably take some ideas there. Toastmaster Bhuvan, you used examples to disagree with the uh, the topic, and you followed the Oreo approach as has been prescribed before. So thank you so much for doing that. You used you first of all expressed your opinion, then then gave example, and then reiterated your opinion. So thank you so much for doing that. Let's of course keep a better flow when when explaining the example, and let's try to finish before the red. Toastmaster Dinesh, again, thank you so much for using your example to agree with the table with the topic, and I could see the use of Oreo in your speech as well. You used an example to agree. However, I saw that you started off with the example as straight away, which is again not a not a bad decision as well. So well done on that. And finally, Toastmaster Seema you used the topic to talk not just about people, but Trinity, but the concept of Trinity in general. So that is a that is a little bit of a veer off that I wasn't expecting. Again, not bad, but let's try to keep it as coherent as possible. Uh, uh, that said, well done on explaining what you are going for, and well done on Well done on invoking all the concepts you invoked. So that is all from me, Mr. General Evaluator. Over to you.
All right. I'm sorry to intervene here, but table topic master, I could not understand the topic actually completely. So
That's completely fine.
Yeah, so if you could type it in the chat box, then maybe in my free time I can prepare for that, right? However, thank you for the feedback. Over to you.
Understood. Thank you.
Well, yeah. So moving ahead, let's now take the evaluations from our tag team. Let's start from our timer. Over to you, Toastmaster Piyush, for your evaluation.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Let me share my screen. I think I would have to just. Is my screen visible?
Not
Screen visible?
not yet.
It's showing blank right now.
I think yes.
So Toastmaster Piyush, you can go ahead and narrate if there's a tech problem. You can
Yeah,
try it once more, else you can narrate.
Let me try it once more. Let me narrate this some tech issues from my end. Okay. Yeah, for the prepared speech, Jasprit took 5 minutes 7 seconds, which was within the time. Kudos to you. Rupinder took 7 minutes 17 seconds. So this was within the grace period of 30 seconds. So he as well qualified. For the table topic, Srishti took 2 minutes 10 seconds. So that is within the grace period. Toastmaster Bhuvan took 2 minutes 40 seconds. That exceeded the grace period. So that he would be disqualified for that table topic. Toastmaster Dinesh took 1 minute 20 seconds. That is within the everything like. And Toastmaster Seema took 2 minutes 6 seconds. That is within the grace period. So she is qualified for that. For the evaluation, Toastmaster Harshit took 2 minutes 27 seconds. That is qualified. And Toastmaster Anshuman took 3 minutes 22 seconds. So that is within the 30 seconds grace period. So he too is qualified. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Piyush, for your evaluation. Moving ahead, our counter, Toastmaster Rahul, over to you for your report.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Our counter report, I think this is one of the most boring evaluations of the day. As the name suggests, our counter, the role is otherwise quite broad, not just ours, but a lot of other filler words, crutches, pauses. If you see my notebook here, okay, my bad. You'll not be able to. I have blurred it. A lot of doodling I was doing. I didn't find a lot of pauses. So I was mostly waiting for everyone to say a word and I quickly jot down your pauses. Okay. If I say these numbers as is, then the report will become quite robotic. So be ready for a basic arithmetic check. Your numbers will come to you with basic mathematics. So let's start. The first speaker of the day was Jasprit. And Jasprit, no ums, no ahs. Your flow was amazing. You had repetitions because, as your evaluator mentioned, the pace was high. You were trying to repeat. You could have taken pauses, which would not have been considered as wrong pauses. So you had 10 divided by 2.5 repetitions. And you had one double crutch. That's it. Second speaker, Rupinder. I think I held my pen for first 4 minutes of his speech, and then I had to put it down because there was nothing coming out. I gave him dozens of opportunities, word after word, sentence after sentence, nothing. So amazing Rupinder, nothing, zero in everything. One more thing. A lot of us are from corporates where we do performance reviews and the ratings are mostly 1 to 5, 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest. Here also ratings numbers are 1 to 5, but 1 is the highest and 5 is the lowest. There's even 0, which is even better. So when I say 0, it's the best. All right, starting with table topics, we had Srishti, the first table topic speaker. Srishti, a big 0. Again, as I said, it's the best thing. Unlike corporates, a big 0. No hours, no arms, no repetitions. Bhuvan, 1 double crutch, 9 divided by 3 hours and arms. Dinesh, 2 minus 2 hours and arms. 3 minus 3 and so, and 5 divided by 5 double crutches. All ones. Next table topic speaker was Seema. Seema, you had no Seema, no limits for your flow. Again, a big 0. No hours, no arms. Moving on to evaluations. Harshit. Harshit had 10 divided by 5 hours and arms, and 5 minus 5, everything else. Everything else was 0. So great. Anshuman, you had 5 divided by 2 hours and arms. That's right, 5 divided by 2, 2.5. One was so small that you just grab it. It was, no one else would have considered, I just grabbed it. And repetition was one. Coming to the most important roles of the day, a host, Sarah. Although you had the longest time to speak as a host in the entire meeting, but still very few repetitions and hours and arms. But I'll quote these numbers as is. 1 hour, 1 repetition, 2 like and 1 double crutch, and 3 wrong pauses. Table topic master, Animesh. The flow was amazing. I had to work hard again to grab these repetitions and hours and arms, which I am also continuously doing. 2 hours, 2 repetitions, 5 minus 5, like and 5 minus 4, double crutches. That's it. Yeah, and that's it. Okay, that's my report as our counter, and over to you, Gen Evaluator.
So, Toastmaster Rahul, you now set very high expectation, the way the innovation you introduced while you were giving your report. Let's look at, is there some kind of innovation from the grammarian end? Over to you, grammarian Toastmaster Chandni, for her report.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Am I audible and visible?
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. Please.
The funny thing is, I signed up for this role last week because I believe that it's the grammarian who takes away the most from a meeting. And I'm playing this role after 7 years. So I thought that if I'm going to play the role of a grammarian, my listening skills will improve and I'll be better acclimatized to online meetings because trust me, I'm still adjusting to online meetings. With this, let's go ahead with my report. The word of the day was used twice by our prepared speaker, Jaspreet, and once by Harshit. The phrase of the day was used once by our first prepared speaker. So I think next time I need to come up with a better word of the day and a better phrase of the day. But there was so much good usage of grammar. Our Toastmaster of the day, Sarah, she used the word pensive and taking charge. The first speaker, Jaspreet, he used sense of relief in this journey, in this marathon. Rupinder, I was really confused in his speech whether to enjoy the speech or keep citing the good usage of grammar. But I decided to do both. Every excuse has a life cycle. Many moons ago, I think I'm going to use many moons ago more often now. Uncanny ability to be at the right place at the right time. Universe conspires. So these were by our second prepared speaker, Rupinder, and our table topic speaker, Srishti. She used negative connotation. Our table topic speaker, Seema, she used cohesive manner. And there is one more word by our Toastmaster Day, Sarah, dichotomy. Our table topic master, Animesh, used concept of Trinity and gravitas by Animesh. Apparently, either my grammar is not so good or I couldn't spot any not so good usage of grammar. And at the same time, I would like to say I am pretty sure there were many more good usages of grammar. But like I said, I am still adjusting to online meetings. So if you feel that you had a good usage of grammar, but I couldn't present in the my report, so trust me, it if you believe so, it was, and I'll try my best to be more present, and my listening skills will improve going ahead. And I think that's it from my side. Mr. General Evaluator, back to you.
Yes. Thank you, Toastmaster Chandni, for your report. I would like to go back to our, maybe for further proceeding to Toastmaster of the evening. And then at the end, I will be coming with the report. Over to you, Toastmaster sir.
Toastman Dhamdeep, you can go ahead with your report if you want.
No, any conclusion? I was just expecting to have an end to your theme, or you done with?
No, are you done with your report, or do you have to come back with your report at the end?
At the end, I was expecting at the end. I mean,
no, like you can share your report right now, then team out conclusion can happen, then we can.
Okay, okay, but yes. So my report as a general evaluator, as I said, it will be very general, starting from the first second of the meeting till now. Whatever I have observed, whatever probably happened and didn't happen, I'm just going to come up with that, and it's going to be very, very crisp. Crisp in the sense I will probably just come up with one or two pointers from the individual role players or whoever, and with the great exception that I'm not going to talk or utter a single word about any of the speaker, either prepared or non-prepared, as they have been already evaluated from their respective evaluators. Having said that, let me start with the so 2 pages of the report in general and specific related to the roles. So in general, the meeting, of course, as usual, as a legacy of our meetings of Turning Point Toastmaster meetings, we started on time. 7 o'clock dot, and our SA was ready there, Toastmaster Renu. And when it comes to, again, in general, when the in terms of the meeting conduct and everything, it was smooth. In fact, nothing to recommend about the overall meeting. And now coming to my second phase of the report, that is the role specific. So let me start with the SA. So the key role of a SA, as usual, is to read the mission statement of the Toastmaster Club meeting. And of course, without any doubt, she read it very precisely, and it was Correct. And only the recommendation to the SA, which was something I found, was that I couldn't see SA, even starting from her role as a SA till now. She was just like, I think, invisible person in the room. And that is the only recommendation to SA. Even if you don't want to be in a room, you are not able to continue with the meeting, at least you could be there, preferably, if possible, in a very enthusiastic note, maybe not only visible, but standing and, welcoming the audience, I mean to say, the fellow Toastmasters and the guests. That could have added to the more excitement to the meeting. So that a great recommendation for this improving on the visibility part. Of course, you are very audible. We could listen to your mission statement. We could listen to your entire instructions to the meeting room. However, you are not visible. Moving ahead to our presiding officer, I think presiding officer DTM Rupinder, as usual, he comes with something very passionate briefing, and maybe whatever he speaks in the beginning as opening remark to the meeting. As usual, he was on that matter, and I like he actually brought up that moments of truth results in the beginning, and that was something on a great note. As a leader, he expressed what the status of our club and how the moment of truth is there. That was good to see. However, again, a single and a great recommendation to the presiding officer, what I found, he couldn't actually invite to the guest. I could see there were a few of the guests in the meeting. At least it's my personal opinion that in the beginning, the presiding officer can just ask the guests to introduce themselves. That actually adds the value. Specifically to the guest, it is just an honor to the guest that he's been asked to introduce himself, and he can get that kind of appreciation, in fact, in terms of having the opportunity to express himself in the beginning only. So that is the only thing I could expect maybe in the subsequent meetings from the presiding officer, to just have the guest introductions. Maybe my personal perspective. Moving ahead, what to be said about the Toastmaster of the evening? Toastmaster of the evening came up with a very curious and I can say the exciting theme. I already posted in our meeting chat that I am very curious to know about this theme, and it was something I was looking for, and of course, it was nice. Her perspective about the three friends and the way of presentation. So rather than looking at her as a Toastmaster of the evening, I was looking at somebody like a prolific speaker. She was on that way. Her presentation was fantastic, and she could elaborate on the given pointers very well. Most importantly, to be commended about the TMOE, that she asked for the introductions from all the role players before the meeting, asking that, and she well noted and well uh, reciprocated during the meeting. She mentioned all the intros. Of course, with the exception of the tag team, for which I myself was not the person who has taken the intros from the tag team, and I couldn't make it. In fact, I could have been. So probably that will be my aim. We missed the tag team intro, in specifically the way she has taken for the all role players. Having said that, I don't have any recommendation, in fact, for her. So all those great points, the great innovation, having the Google Sheet introductions from the all role players before the meeting, coming with the great presentation and the great theme, and putting a very good perspective in front of the all the audience today. And I hope everybody will carry those take-home messages, whatever she has just given. After my report about the TMOE, I would like to proceed with now the tag team reports. For the timer, well job. In fact, so sincerely he has captured the timings for all the role players. So nicely he has also presented his report in terms of whatever the timings he has captured, and nothing to recommend. So please be continue with the same. You are a great timer. Moving ahead, the R counter. I already given my comment for the R counter, the way the innovation he brought. I think first time I have attended so many meetings so far, Toastmaster meetings so far. But this was my first time to have such a report, such an amazing and innovative report from the R counter. He made the role specifically in terms of the counting. So he himself counted. He also made the person for whom he is counting in a mathematical way. So that is really a great, and I was actually enjoying. So first time, even as you said, our counter role is something like not so exciting, but you made it so exciting. I was again very excited to listen about your report, and I couldn't actually stop. Stop from my excitement. I was literally so much enjoying, and please continue with the same kind of innovation in your all other probably the subsequent roles. Toastmaster Rahul. Coming to the grammarian, again, so in terms of grammarian report, I could see the novelty in terms of both the things, word of the day and the phrase of the day. For me, I first time came across this word, heed. So heed means what you mentioned, that paying the attention. So this meeting onwards, this word heed is actually going to add value to my vocabulary. And I'm very happy with that, to putting such a word, which is actually innovative, because in few of the meetings I could say, see that usually the words are such who we are already knowing about the word, but this was a really innovative word for me at least. Even same was in terms of the phrase of the day. Your phrase of the day, to pick up beef with someone. That was again first time I could came across such kind of phrase, and which was having very simple meaning. In fact, that was again I enjoyed. Just to fight, that was the meaning of that phrase, and I again added that phrase of the day to my vocabulary. So that's why I will just stick to that commendation for the grammarian, that you brought up both the innovative or the novelty in terms of your phrases and the words, and you also added this idea. So every meeting we listen that one thumbs up for the word of the day, but probably it was new to me that putting two thumbs when somebody will say the phrase of the day. So great, no any recommendation. Grammarian, keep it up. Now, quickly, just my last part of the report, I could see the yellow card, and this is, of course, my last part of the reporting. Coming to the evaluators, both the evaluators and even the table topic master. I think let me first go for the table topic master. So, in terms of table topic master,
Postman Dhamdeep, there's a time check. We are at time for the meeting, so you might just want to conclude as soon as possible.
Yeah. Should I proceed?
Yeah, like you can conclude with like your final comments, because we
Okay.
are at
Maybe in a minute's time I will conclude. Right.
sounds good.
So for table topic master, I do have more recommendations, in fact, rather than the commendations. So what are the recommendations? Try to keep your brief in the beginning short as much as short. You kept it so descriptive in the beginning, and actually the speaker involvement was very less in terms of like it could cover up probably 3 or 4 speakers only. So that will be one recommendation. And Your topics were too lengthy, I could see, and little difficult, as we could also look at the one of the speakers. So, what the feedback she has also given to the tabletop master. And for evaluators now, just jumping for the both the evaluators, of course, for first evaluator and even for second evaluator, both have followed your CRC approach. And practically, I don't have any recommendations except the recommendation for our first evaluator. He could have also coming and being visible during his evaluation could have been appreciated. However, he could just take that note and maybe coming up with the great visibility in the subsequent meetings. And yes, that's all from my end. That's end of my report. And thank you for the for listening patiently to my report. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, and maybe the presiding officer. Thank you.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, for your amazing evaluations and feedbacks to all the role players as well as the guest. Now we have reached the concluding remarks of this segment. And due to shortage of time, I will keep it very brief, under 2 minutes. Now, if you are someone who feels sidelined in a friendship, be it in a friendship of 3 or 5 or even a 4-person friendship, first, do not assume the worst in your friends. More often than not, it is simply the fact that your friends might not know that you are being sidelined. They might just assume, okay, she is just a very introverted person. She's not very outspoken. So we just kind of make decisions for her. And she never ever said to us that she feels left out. So on a calm day, when your friends are all happy, reach out to them either in a group or personally and convey to them that, hey, I feel a little left out in the group. You guys make all the decisions. And whenever I try to do something different, it's like 2 against 1. So maybe next time, can we do Indian food rather than Chinese food? And 90% of the time, this strategy will definitely work. Your friends are also your friends, they're also your friends as well. So they don't want to lose you as a friend either. Now, of the off chance that they do not respect the fact that you're conveying something negative about them, even though it's not negative, it is a kind of a signal that maybe they do, in fact, do not respect you. And you might consider taking a step back from that friendship. But the bottom line is, in a friendship of 3, it is entirely possible that one person can be the follower leader on the new friend. And what matters at the end of the day is not the structure and the dynamic. It is the fact that all 3 people are contributing equally in different ways possible. So the next time you are in your Clio friend group, try to apply this structure and watch. Over to presiding officer, DTM Anshuman.
Yeah, I am not a DTM, but I'll take that someday. But
Okay.
anyhow, thanks a lot, Osma Sarah, for that intriguing topic, right? I think all of us are hooked into the friendship dynamics that you talk about, and you bring your, I think, background in psychology to fore. And it's always a delight to listen to you, be it table topics, be it any of these speaking roles that you take up. And I think all of us were just mesmerized by the topic and intrigued because friendship touches each and every one of our lives. I hope all of us had a productive meeting, were able to listen to and learn from each other. And that's the intent of Turning Point Toastmaster meeting every Thursday. Unfortunately, because of technical reasons, we won't be able to do polls today, but all of us are winners. Any Toastmaster member is always a winner. If you come here, spend 2 hours, speak, learn, uh, are consistent, I'm sure you're a winner in life, not just at Toastmaster environment. I've been part of Toastmasters for around 7 years now, almost attended 90% of TPTM and other clubs meetings, and it's always a delight, something little or something major to learn from every time, and this consistency really matters. Those who are here for long term will know just spending even 5 minutes, 10 minutes every meeting practicing to say half an hour speaking and practicing, exponential results in the long term. Consistency is the key. Even if you at times feel extremely bored, just put on your phone, keep the video off, just listen in. You might just receive some magic words which you'll use tomorrow in front of some executive or some leader, or you yourself are the leader, and it will reap so many benefits. I believe a lot of guests have already dropped in because we are at time. But from any of the guests or any even the members, any last minute feedback you like to share? Anyone who wants to come on the stage, share any kind of feedback? Tosma Seema, how was it for you today? I know you had a very charged up table topic and you could not listen to the topic, but I can tell you there was one, I think last oration where 4 out of the 9 district level table topic contestants could not understand what the speech table topic was. But the mic was faulty. So at times, such situations are practice for say district contest where just imagine mic was faulty, table topic contestants could not listen to the topic and they had to speak on a topic on the biggest stage in their district. So at times we just have to take everything in stride and take it as a practice moment. But how was the overall meeting for you?
Thank you so much, sir, for valuable feedback. Certainly, yes, I'll incorporate with that. I would say, coming to attend the meeting, then attending the speech from spectacular performers who themselves have been to the world level itself is delight and feast to eyes, because we learn a lot through the seasoned people. And though I'm not feeling well, but still coming here has made me learn good words such as read and the phrase called to pick up beef with someone, which I actually had. So all in all, it was a good experience because something is better than nothing. And I would correlate and reiterate what you said, that even though we learn something, not so much, little, but yes, it's always good to learn because it adds to our cap, it adds to our knowledge. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thanks a lot. And thank you for joining despite the constraints. Toastmasters 60, you're always a winner, even if you're joking. But any last thoughts before we part for the day today?
No, I think it was just a really nice meeting. I really enjoyed it. Everybody was nice. And I didn't have to take a role, so I could do I didn't take a role, so I could do table topics. And that was nice. Looking forward to
Yeah, I
next.
think folks will definitely remember your table topic today for going haywire. But,
Excuse me, what do you mean? It was
anyhow,
informative and I support my facts with the National Geographic articles. Okay, so
right.
just so you know.
On that note, thank you everyone for joining the Turning Point Toastmasters meeting today. We'll stop the YouTube.